By the year 1949, controlling the airspace over the United States was a matter of high-stakes national security. Yet, despite this military dominance, unidentified craft were repeatedly penetrating American skies without consequence. These reports were filed by the military's own elite observers and aviation experts, rather than the general public. This raw intelligence was funneled to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, arriving on the desk of the Commanding General of Air Materiel Command. To manage these sightings, the military deployed Flight Service Regulation 200-4, which standardized the intake of every unidentified flying object report. This rigid administrative framework was the primary tool used by the military bureaucracy to organize and process these inexplicable events. Air Force intelligence began with the assumption that every sighting had a conventional physical explanation. In this report from Greenville, South Carolina, witnesses tracked a round, gray object moving steadily in a northeasterly direction. Following an investigation, the 316th Troop Carrier Wing successfully identified the object as a Geological Weather Service balloon. This standard research technology provides a visual baseline for why an observer might mistake a high-altitude balloon for an anomaly. Because this intake protocol effectively removed mundane errors from the record, the remaining reports that passed the audit carry significant weight. Analysts used a standardized questionnaire called the Essential Elements of Information to build tactical profiles of each sighting. Under the shape and size category, a report from Kansas City details spherical objects resembling streetlights that flashed orange and red. A separate report from Olmsted Air Force Base describes a cylindrical craft trailing orange and white flames. In Spokane, analysts recorded an encounter where a formation of 8 dish-shaped objects was observed at over 14,000 feet. The pilot noted the most critical data point: these objects were moving much faster than a B-29. The top speed of the era's heavy bombers was roughly 350 miles per hour, a figure these unknowns easily eclipsed. The maneuverability category in the Medford report reveals another anomaly: objects that could maneuver horizontally without any vertical movement. Aggregating these disparate reports provided the military with a catalog of various craft, including spheres, cylinders, and disks, all exhibiting performance characteristics that sat outside the known limits of 1949 aeronautical engineering. While the capabilities of the craft are notable, the expertise of the personnel documenting them is equally significant. Near Seattle, an air route traffic controller visually identified an unknown object flying at high speed. As a senior controller, his professional training included the rapid recognition of military jets, like the F-84 Thunderjet. He immediately initiated protocol by checking all local military bases to account for any scheduled flights in the area. Every base returned a negative report. There were no American military aircraft in the vicinity. When trained aviation experts eliminate all known variables and cross-reference flight logs, the remaining result is a genuine, documented unknown. This paperwork represents a massive effort by the Air Force to track these incidents across the country throughout 1949. Even after applying rigorous filters, a specific percentage of these sightings could not be explained by weather balloons or conventional aircraft. These files indicated that craft with superior speed and maneuverability were operating within American airspace. These documents show that the military treated the phenomenon as a tactical challenge long before it became a subject of cultural speculation. These standard Air Force intake forms are the primary record of a government attempting to use routine administration to document and quantify a phenomenon it could not identify.